Hello everyone, welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. We're still here in court and we've pretty much thrown the gauntlet down at this point. We're going ahead and saying that Luke Atmey was the one that murdered Kane Bullard, even though I think I have an idea of what they're going to spin this with, but a little bit of it is still concealed to me. I'm not sure how he managed to do both, but we're going to find out. My sis? That's right. Mia came to us in the last moments of that last trial part to let us know that we had to kind of stick our guns to it and not give up. I could have sworn I heard Mia's voice. So then, she's still alive, but inside your heart. Nicky boy! Oh, Miss Delight. Is it true that Detective is the real killer? To be honest, we don't even have any definite proof. But he's the only one who could have done it. But wasn't he at Lonely Taylor that night? Not to mention, we don't exactly know his motive. I mean, why would Detective Atmey want to kill Kane Bullard? Oops, it's almost time. Better get back to the courtroom. That's the only thing I don't know. I still need to find some solid proof. And it's gotta happen sooner rather than later. This is bad. We're going into court now without the proof? Usually something happens in one of those cutscenes that gives you, the revelation or the item that you need. I'm nervous about how this is going to go. Alright. Now then, this court is back in session. Mr. Luke Atmey, please take the stand. So wait, did we just go, through to the other courtroom and, as Payne was about to get a win and just snipe it from him? Because that's what it seems like we did. We just took him from his other shit. Well, well, how do you do, Sir Lawyer? I never would have thought to see you acting so recklessly. I couldn't let them hand down your verdict just yet. Not when it would have given you your perfect alibi. An alibi by the name of Mask to Mask. That's right. I'm sorry, I'm afraid even the great Luke Atmey has no idea what you mean. Of course I have been in the next courtroom ever since 10 o'clock this morning. I'm afraid there's no way I could know what's been going on in here. You've been in the defendant's seat all day long, correct? Being tried as Mask to Mask. Indeed. It's truly child's play to fool the ignorant masses. Not only did the poor fools ask me to protect their valuables, they even gave me a generous reward upon returning their own property to them. Take this red diamond ring that sparkles upon my divine finger, for example. So, you continue to insist that you are in fact Mask to Mask? Of course. Very well then, Luke Atmey, let us begin with this simple question. On October 12th at 1 a.m., Kane Bullard was murdered. Where were you at that time? One without knowledge lacks even the knowledge that he should be ashamed of himself. But don't worry, I will not hold it against you, Sir Judge. Thanks. Whoop! What you gotta say, Cyclops? What's going on? Alright, Mr. Atmey, the night of the murder, speak. While I drink this. We're listening. As you wish, Sir Prosecutor. Alright, what's he gonna say? The alibi. Oh, I can't wait for this. I was stealing the urn as Mask to Mask just as I announced I would. I had more than enough time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job. A photograph contains no words, but in this case, one turned out to be my witness. The time at which the camera captured Mask to Mask was the same time as the murder. Huh. I can already see a problem there. It seems the main point of discussion will be in this photo of the crime scene. Everything else up until now was all part of his plan. There has to be a secret to this picture as well. There is, I already see it. You guys, we know what it is, right? Even the great Mask to Mask cannot be in two places at once. Now then, if you'll excuse me, I have a verdict to receive. No, you're not going nowhere, buddy. Fortunately, Mr. Atmey, we still have to do your cross-examination. A fool is too foolish to know that he is a fool. What, you been talking to Franny lately? I think he's trying to say that you're full of it, Nick. The only thing that's full of it is his alibi. Exactly. I know exactly where I'm going, too. Hang on. It's the second statement that got me there. I was stealing the urn as Mask to Mask just as I announced I would. Should I press everything? Here's the problem. I think this is going to run out for me at some point. So this photograph is the proof, correct? Indeed it is. And the man in the photo is certainly wearing a mask. Oh, sorry, that was Phoenix. That is why I am called Mask to Mask. Well, that's why I'm called Butsty Butts. If you've seen my Twitter lately, you'll know what I'm talking about. But conveniently, that also means there's no way to tell who this really is. What did you mean?
Objection!
What you gotta say?
Huh, you saying this is not in fact Luke Atmey? That it could be an accomplice dressed up as Master Mass to create an alibi?
Oh, what an interesting idea. Are you saying that I, Lone Wolf Look, had an accomplice? I don't have proof on this part. I'm not gonna do anything until I know. If Luke Atmey was at KB Security during the murder, then the Master Mask in this picture has to be a fake, but we don't know who it is. Then there really was an accomplice. But right now, I have no idea who. I don't have any idea right now either. Basis objections are just what that guy wants. Yep. There's gotta be another way, and I'm gonna find it. Alright, let's be careful here. I had more than enough time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job. This is the one that seems weird to me. I believe Adrian Andrews hired you at one point.
That's right. That was over 20 days ago, if I'm not mistaken.
You sent the calling card to Lordly Taylor 10 days before the heist. That would mean you sent out the card after you began your security watch, right?
Indeed. There was no reason why I couldn't do both jobs at once. It was the perfect opportunity to steal my latest target. I see. You truly are evil, aren't you? Yes. Evil is what I am.
Hey, Nick. Isn't there something odd about it? Detective Atmey was always so proud of his ace detective skills, right? But if the urn was stolen from Lordly Taylor while he was the only one watching it, he'd have no way to maintain his perfect ace detective persona. You know, that's true. It is kind of odd. Photograph contains no words, but in this case, one turned out to be my witness. I also want to press this statement because it seems strange. So, by photograph, you mean this piece of evidence here. Is that correct?
Indeed it is. That is it. The very thing that proves I committed the crime.
The very thing that proves you committed the crime. When you think about it, it's really odd. It is. You say that almost as if you had this picture taken on purpose. That's exactly where I thought they were going to go with this.
He was simply caught by the very camera that he had set up.
There's no way he could make an error like that, working both sides especially.
We all have days like that. Indeed, it turned out that there was no such thing as the perfect crime after all. Life truly is an ironic thing. A sad blue melody.
I ain't buying it. Looks like I'd better gather more information for now. If he's truly the killer, there's gotta be something phony in that photo. Time at which the camera captured Master Mask was the same time as the murder. About the camera that took the photograph.
Oh, come now, it's all too clear what you're thinking.
Huh?
You think I altered the timestamp on the photograph, don't you?
No, not really.
I'm afraid that's impossible. The camera was set up by Lordly Taylor, and on top of it, it was Lordly Taylor's staff that printed the picture's data. Unfortunately for the defense, there's no way that picture could have been altered.
I see. It looks like I'd better find something else that could be suspicious. So this alibi is false? It has to be, or he couldn't have killed Mr. Bullard at KB Security. But I'm not really spotting anything unusual. How do we get to the paint stain? Because that's where I want to go. There are two possibilities. Either the Master Mask in the photo is a fake, or the photo itself is. Or staged, which is what I think it was. Stealing the urn is Master Mask, just as I announced I would. I had more than enough time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job. Photograph contains no words, but in this case, one turned out to be my witness. But when I pressed him on this one, I didn't really see a lead to get me to present, unless I just present the photo. Right, we've already heard this. The very thing that proves I committed the crime. That's where I feel like we have to point to there. He's actually saying it there. Surely even you understand by now. Blah, blah, blah.
Lordly Taylor provided the camera. There's no way I could have tampered with it. That means I could not have killed Kane Bullard unless I had an accomplice.
Which you did, but who? Or did you? Come on, think long and hard about that night. The basement warehouse, and this picture that supposedly captures it. It's gotta be here. There is something funny. Yeah. Oh, okay, here we go. How come I didn't get this prompt before? I guess you just had to go through all options before you got it? That's weird, because it leads you into a false sense of security that you can press everything, and something tells me that I can't. Oh yeah, there's definitely something here. This is what we need. Are you implying this picture is a fake? Yes, along with that damn nose job of yours? You bet I am. There's definitely something strange about this picture. We took a look around the basement warehouse that night before the theft took place. And there's something in this photo that doesn't match my memory of that night.
Very well. Let's hear what you have to say. What about the photograph do you find funny?
I mean, other than the fact that he's got a raging camel toe, how about this? Oh, Lord. It's right here. The funny part is right here. Point to his crotch. Oh, damn it.
Why, this is a blood stain? Blood, now this case is getting interesting.
No, not exactly. The stain is actually pink paint.
Oh, just paint. And peach colored at that?
From blood to peaches, the judge sure loves going on his wild tangents. Sure does. The problem with this photograph is not the paint. The problem is with your mouth, is when you consider the layout of the basement warehouse. It turns out that something that should be there is nowhere to be seen. Yep. Where's the statue? That made the mark in the first place. Or it was covering it up, I should say.
Well, Mr. Wright, what is supposed to be in this picture instead of the paint stains?
A big-ass statue that you couldn't move. The supervisor of the treasure exhibit stated the following. Well, there's good reason for that. On the day of the crime, around noon, that golden statue just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall. I realized that the statue would be the perfect size for covering up the paint stain. That's why I put it where you first saw it. Yep, I don't think she'd lie to us about that. I myself was there the night the theft took place and saw the statue in that spot. If this picture was truly taken on that night, then the statue should have been there.
But when I went there the day after the theft, that statue of the old bag was sitting on the corner.
How serendipitous that you would use old bag at a time like this, when you lying.
Perhaps it was somehow pushed there accidentally?
It's too heavy. Your Honor, this statue is slightly larger than yourself and quite heavy. It would take more than an accidental push to move it that distance. Exactly.
Huh. In that case, can you prove it?
Can you give us the rhyme and reason as to why that statue was moved that night? Can you do it, Nick? I think so. Never mind who moved it. The real question is, why did they move it? Uh-huh.
Well, Mr. Wright, I hope you're prepared with your answer.
God, I hope I am too. Who was the one that moved the golden statue on the night of the crime? It had to be Luke. It had to be him. Yes. Because of the time. Okay, I think I know why. Because of the timestamp. The one who moved the statue is none other than Luke Atmey.
Come now, Sir Lawyer. There you go again on one of your strange delusions. Mr. Wright, what basis do you have for these?
It's a very simple. The witness was the only one in the basement warehouse that night.
That is indeed very simple, however. Why would I want to move a heavy golden statue?
The reason for moving the golden statue. Here's where our battle really begins, okay? I think I'm right about this, but I'm not 100% sure.
Well, Mr. Wright, what reason did the witness have to move the statue?
The reason can be found here in this photograph. That's what I thought. They are pointing me to it, aren't they? Mm-hmm. Look at me, you pretended to be mask to mask. To create an alibi by showing you were at Lordly Taylor that night. But this photograph contains a single fatal flaw. Yup. If the statue had been there, your lie would have been exposed like cheap film at a drugstore. That is why you moved the statue.
A single fatal flaw?
Interesting theory. Please enlighten us. Just where in this picture does the lie exist? The timestamp, even though they said he couldn't fuck with it. I'm pretty sure I'm right about this. Naturally, the lie in this photo is the timestamp.
What do you mean?
I'll tell you exactly what I mean. On the night in question, Luke Atmey went to KB Security and murdered Kane Bullard. Therefore, it's obvious. It would have been impossible for him to have been at Lordly Taylor at the time. Yeah, you sweat now, Pinocchio. I've got you.
But what does that have to do with the statue being moved?
Remember if you will, Your Honor. When was the statue placed beside the warehouse door?
Well, the statue was taken down to the warehouse on the day of the crime, and it was placed there in order to cover up the paint.
Exactly. Luke Atmey had already decided on the time when he was going to kill the victim, and so, in order to create an alibi for that time, he took this picture days before the murder took place. That's right, y'all. There's a timestamp on it, but there ain't no date.
What in the...
Of course, the statue hadn't yet been brought down to the basement warehouse. Now, you're assuming that this would never work, because any computer worth its salt would actually have the date there as well, but apparently it doesn't? They didn't make any mention of it, they only made mention of the timestamp.
So on the day of the crime, Mr. Atmey must have been quite nervous.
As nervous as a long-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory, so to speak. Why? Because something that wasn't supposed to be there had been brought down and placed where it wasn't supposed to be. It would have shown off the date that he was actually there if it was there. And that is why Luke Atmey had to move the statue on the night of the murder. He did it to make the room match the way it had been in his photo. Ah! Oh god, he's turned into that quartz thing again. The Zircon attorney.
Order, Mr. Atmey, is this true?
One moment, Your Honor. Have you forgotten this? Look at this thing. The data for the basement warehouse computer. Is the date on there, though? According to this, the camera did indeed go off on the night of the crime. Huh. It's true that the camera had been set up by the Lily Taylor staff. However, the program used to manage that data was yours. That alone would have allowed you to tamper with it. Yep. That's what we're going with, I thought.
Order! Mr. Gatto, what is the meaning of this? Gatto, I warned you about making me wait. Now put that coffee down.
Ooh, he getting mad, y'all. My 11th cup. Man, boy. Your heart must just be like freaking Sonic by now.
I've promised to drink no more than 17 during a trial. Which means I'm still good to the last drop.
Is that an old Maxwell House commercial? I can't believe it.
However, the defense has a very good point. A good point? So what? We are all but travelers on a road of infinite points.
I think you got your points mixed up with your other points. What, is that a euphemism? Never mind.
So you say this photograph was taken ahead of time? And that the statue was moved in order to make it match? That's a very interesting idea. However, there's one point that can't be denied.
Yeah, where'd your coffee cup just go? Did you literally just throw it away? Because now your hand is empty. Which is...
Whoop. That's only at a possibility. Men that are trapped by the chains of maybe.
Oh.
Can never reach their dreams. That's very true.
No way, don't fall for that, Your Honor.
Hey, Mr. Damask.
Yes?
If there's no funny business in your actions as Mask Damask, there should be no problem with you telling us your strategy. So let's hear it.
What? Strategy?
Yes, please provide this court with your testimony. About your plan to steal the sacred urn.
Oh, okay, let's hear about this then. The sacred urn heist. Okay.
I first received the request from Lordly Taylor about 20 days ago. The urn was placed in a box, and Zvari, it was then sent to the warehouse. Hence, I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. I knew it was an extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days beforehand. Right? I then handed security by myself to ensure that my crime would go smoothly. At last, I held the urn in my hands for the first time at 1 a.m. on October 12th.
Oh. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's pretty much all the stuff we've heard before, isn't it?
Yeah, but we will find the truth hidden in the nuggets of new information you got. Wait a minute.
What'd he say?
1 second.
Security Lordly Taylor becoming to purloin the most priceless work of art. Blah. Master Mask. Uh-oh. I think I know what it is. Okay, hang on. Let me just make sure, though.
Witness, you're sure there are no mistakes this time?
Zvari.
Very well, then. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Oh, brother. Let me think here. Some of this is just crap that I don't even think we need to go through. First received the request from Lord Lee Taylor about 20 days ago. I think that part is true. The urn was placed in a box and Zavari was sent to the warehouse. I think that was also true. I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. This is the part where I think he's lying. Because... this is where he's lying. I almost want to just present this now. Would you guys get mad if I do that? Because I think I got him right here. I'm usually a lot more thorough than this, but... check this out, though. Take good care of the speckled urn. It says right here that he's seen it. Should I present it here? You know what? Balls to the wall. I'm doing it. I'm a freaking attorney. Judge Judy would approve. I'm not gonna sit here and simper and draw him out. Mr. Atmey, if you really are Master Mask, then you also wrote this calling card, correct?
But of course. Is there a problem with the calling card?
Allow me to read a passage from the calling card that Master Mask had written. Take good care of the speckled urn, which means it already had the damn paint on it, which means he lying. Surely refers to this pink pattern on the sacred urn.
Yes, that is true, but so what?
Truth be told, there is no way that Master Mask could have known about this pattern.
What do you mean?
This pink spotted pattern on the urn is actually nothing more than paint stains.
Paint stains?
And these stains did not appear until after the urn had been taken to Lord Lee Taylor. Yeah, bitch! Why the heck you lying? Oh, Cyclops, you ready to blow up over there? It's alright.
I'm not finding this joke to be very funny, Mr. Trite.
It ain't meant to be funny. You just sit down. The day that the sacred urn was taken to the warehouse... Oh no, oh, we get to see this pathetic picture again, you guys, oh no. Oh, poor Adrian. The urn was broken due to human error, or should I say, an error-prone human. And that's when the pink paint got on the urn. Oh, poor Adrian.
You can't be serious.
And yet this calling card clearly mentions the paint pattern. Which means Detective Atmey be lying. He's seen the urn long before the crime ever took place. Bitch, I've got your number. In fact, he saw it when this fake photo was taken. Oh. And because this photo is a fake, your alibi for the night of the murder no longer holds water. Just like Gatto didn't. He spit it all out. Oh, this is crazy. This is getting so good, you guys. Holy shit. I wonder how much longer we have. I don't want to drop this. Hope it's not too long.
Witness, do you have anything to say for yourself?
Oh, he's losing it, is he? All right, that did it. He's broken. Nick, I think it's still a little early for a victory pose.
Huh?
What's up? What's up, Robot Jones?
It's so sad. No one has any conviction these days. Conviction, you say? Yesterday, we all decided unanimously that this man was Master Mask. And now we're calling him a murderer.
Well, that's how it goes sometimes.
You don't think we're being a tad fickle? That's a good point.
No way! Don't fall for that too!
You say Luke Atmey was the one who killed Kane Bullard? Then let me ask you this. Why would he do it?
It's definitely got something to do with the blackmail letter and possibly the newspaper article that we saw too. But I'm not exactly sure what. About the first heist, the guard is Ron Delight. You know what I noticed in here? He's not wearing the ring. That's another thing that's a bit weird, isn't it? That and this. Found in Ron's room. Yeah, if you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day instead, which is the one he just pointed out on his hand, I'm pretty sure. So that's definitely got me thinking there.
Motive, Mr. Wright, motive! Might you my merry murderous motive manifest?
Nick, he's getting a second wind.
If he prepared an alibi and pinned his crime on Ron Delight, as you say, he must have had a very strong motive for murder. The only one with any motive we've seen is Ron Delight.
How do I present it, though?
Isn't that right, Detective? Indeed. According to my own research, the boy's motive is clear.
I don't think so.
Without a motive, it's nearly impossible to prove guilt in a murder case. Now then, maybe you can enlighten us to what the defendant's motives were.
Thank you, Sir Oldtimer. They're doing everything they can to make Ron look suspicious. Despite our lack of hard information, this may be our only chance. No, we've got to do this, Finks. I think I know what you're going to do. Alright, here we go. Motive for murder. Let's hear this. I, Luke Atmey, had no points of contact with the victim whatsoever. Lie. Kane Bullard decided to investigate mask to mask and simply mistook who he was. It was Mr. Bullard who wrote the blackmail letter and sent it to Ron Delight. Nope. I don't think so. And it was again Mr. Bullard who harbored a grudge against Mr. Delight for his betrayal. That's very convenient, isn't it? Mr. Bullard's mistake is quite excusable. The defendant truly believes he is mask to mask. That is why Mr. Delight saw it fit to kill Kane Bullard. Truly a tragedy. No.
So the victim Kane Bullard blackmailed the defendant?
This is the blackmail letter found in the defendant's apartment. A handwritten test confirms that Mr. Bullard was indeed the one who wrote the letter. Oh, shoot. Okay, then that third statement is probably the one I want then. Okay. Because I was going to press that second one, but now it looks like we can't.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Begin your cross-examination.
Alright, here we go. Alright. Motive for murder. Let me think about this. No points of contact with the victim whatsoever. I'm gonna press this and see what he says. And who in the world is going to prove that?
I will.
You will?
After doing a thorough background check of Detective Atmey and Kane Bullard, we were unable to find any links between them. It's all in the report. Perhaps they were connected through their work? They were both involved in security.
Nope.
That was blunt.
In any case, the only one with a motive was Mr. Delight. So I can't press this one anymore like I wanted to in the first place. Kane Bullard decided to investigate mask to mask and simply mistook who he was. It was Mr. Bullard who wrote the blackmail letter and this still bothers me. It was Mr. Bullard who wrote the blackmail letter and sent it to Ron Delight. This is wrong, though. I think I'm right about this, even though he just said the handwriting test was true. I still even if he didn't, I still think he set it up this way. You know what? Crap, you guys, balls to the wall. I don't want to be a simpering press everything anymore. I want to know the truth. No. No, I'm right about this. I have to be. Mind if I ask you a few questions, Detective Atmey?
Well, if it's just a few, I guess it's all right.
When you said that this letter was addressed to Ron Delight, I couldn't help but notice one major contradiction. Here it comes. Contradiction?
I don't know where a walking contradiction like you gets off saying things like that.
You want to talk?
At times like these, men are made to express themselves with their fists. Why don't you show us what you've got there, Junior? Indeed, time to man up, Mr. Wright.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm about to show you what kind of man I am. Show us the contradicting evidence in the content of the blackmail letter. In the content of the blackmail letter? Let me make sure. I might be wrong about this. Did I do this wrong? Let's see. Content of the blackmail letter. If you don't want your true identity revealed to the world, contact KB Security 1 AM. I'll take the red diamond you received the other day instead. Is that what I want to go with? What if I just present this? Is it? No, that doesn't seem right. I really want to present the damn newspaper thing. But I don't. Oh boy, I think I'm gonna fuck myself here. What happens if I do this? Take a look at this newspaper! Is it gonna work? It contains a picture of the tear of Eminon, the stolen jewel.
What about it?
The problem is this jewel's color. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought.
Color? I'm not much for discussing color myself. Is that because you can't see? Yeah, you like Cyclops, you can only see like red shade. Because of the ruby quartz. According to the clipping, the color of the stolen jewel is blue. Mm-hmm. It's right there. However, in the blackmail letter, a totally different jewel is mentioned. I'll take that red diamond you received the other day. Red? Which means the red diamond described in the blackmail letter is not the tear of Emanon that Master Mask stole at all. Oh. Objection. Cyclops, I got your ass. And your point is, Mr. Trite. So, you are trying to say the blackmail letter was intended for someone else? That is what you're trying to say, right, Trite? That is what you're trying to say, right, Mr. Wright?
Well, that's what you're trying to say, right, Nick?
Oh god, everyone needs to chill out. Yes. This is who Kane Bullard was actually blackmailing. It's Luke Atmey, isn't it? Because he knew. It's gotta be. I'm on the right track with this, I must be. Yeah! Naturally, it was you, Detective Atmey. Do you have some sort of basis for that claim? You have been personally involved in every single Master Mask case, and in the last case, you recovered what was stolen, and received a jewel as your reward. A jewel. Probably the one wrapped conspicuously around your finger. You know, the one you showed off earlier? That red diamond ring. Mm-hmm. Ugh. That is the diamond referred to in the letter, which means that Kane Bullard wrote that letter in order to blackmail you. Whoa. Yeah! Oh no! This is getting interesting now! Order in the court, order. What? It seems you've gone too far with your childish pranks, Mr. Trite. Is that why you sweating? Uh-oh, I don't like the way you said that. Kane Bullard blackmailing Luke Atmey? Are you for real? Yes, I am.
Nick, come on, stand up to him.
Then answer me this. The blackmail letter contains the following passage. If you don't want your identity revealed to the world. Yes, it certainly does. You're gonna try to spin that then? Kane Bullard threatened to make Luke Atmey's identity public knowledge. An identity he wanted to keep a secret, so just what was the identity?
Atmey killed Kane Bullard because he was afraid of his secret becoming known. What was the identity he wanted to keep secret? This is what it all comes down to, Nick. The identity that Luke Atmey wanted to so desperately keep secret was his identity as...
It's gotta be the third one. Because number one is out. Number two, he didn't care about telling people, really. A blackmailer. It has to be. So he was. Professionally. Luke Atmey was a blackmailer. Yup. Because this throws a whole wrench in it now. Hey now, isn't that a little different from what you've been saying? You said that Kane Bullard was the one blackmailing Luke Atmey. Are you saying that Atmey was blackmailing someone else on top of it?
You have to admit that does sound a little odd.
It's not odd. It's the only thing that makes any sense. Kane Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atmey. But Rhonda Light was also being blackmailed by a certain someone. Yup. So did you start to receive blackmail letters starting after this incident? Yeah, just a few days after the Tear of Emanon heist. Mm-hmm. Guess who that was? After that, I started getting the plans in the mail. I received plans from some very kind person. Incredibly detailed plans. Detailed plans? In which case, that would mean Rhonda Light was actually Master Mask. That is what we are claiming. Someone else came up with the plans and had Mr. Delight steal his targets for him. And that someone was none other than Luke Atmey. Why the heck you lying? Silence! Oh, shoot! Now I see. It's all becoming clear. What is? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Careless, with a tendency to jump to conclusions. Am I wrong? How did you... You say that I, Luke Atmey, was blackmailing Ron Delight, in which case I would naturally know all about his relationship to Master Mask. Well, yes. Ron Delight started receiving plans from his second crime onward, correct? Which means I learned of his identity when he committed that first crime. Good point. You certainly couldn't have blackmailed him otherwise. So what, though? In that case, let's see some hot, bitter evidence. Is that a euphemism? During the first crime, how did Luke Atmey know that Ron DeLite was Master Mask?
The newspaper clipping, he was there in it. That has to be it, right? He's there.
This has gotta be it.
I think I see it.
See what?
When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Get it, Phoenix? Gets into a lot of mischief trying to be the center of attention.
What do you mean?
This newspaper clipping. It has a picture of you and Ron DeLite in his guard uniform. It seems that Master Mask didn't just disappear into thin air. He just took off his outfit and hid it in a bucket.
That sounds far too stupid to be true.
Correct. With tricks like that, he couldn't fool a baby, let alone an ace detective, so he knew the whole time. And that's when you figured it out, Mr. Atmey. That's when you learned that under his mask, Master Mask was really Ron DeLite. Yeah! What the? Wasn't he supposed to be Master Mask?
Not only that, it looks like he wasn't even an ace detective.
I can't believe it. He was just a slimy blackmailer. What a fraud, trying to pass himself off as an ace detective. Oh, you in trouble now, you keep sweating.
Why, you? How dare you expose me like that?
I got your number, boy.
I mean, I've never blackmailed anyone in my life. I'm a famous and proud ace detective and also Master Mask. Why can't you understand that?
Jerking off in court is not going to help you here, boy. I'm afraid you are neither a proud thief nor an ace detective. You're a blackmailer and a murderer. That is your true identity.
Why, you? How dare you even tolerate the practice to criminal officers lowly depth? Why not try doing something yourselves with those big mouths of yours? You're real fools, fools, I say. None of you can compare to my juniors. You're really just jealous, so go on. Discriminate, commemorate. There's nothing great an ace detective not handle blackmail, murder, threats. I'll get away with all of it. It's enough to make one laugh.
He's lost it completely. Holy shit. Wow, that was quick. I missed some of that. I'm sorry.
It would seem we'd finally gotten to the real answer.
That was quite a performance by Mr. Atmey.
Sure was. Bailiff, please prepare a cell for Mr. Atmey.
What now? How could you possibly have anything left?
Oh no. The hammer that strikes too fast has no time to aim. What do you mean? I'm already prepared to deliver my sentence.
Oh no.
Allow me to say one thing. I will be the one to judge.
What? No, you can't. Excuse me? Judge, put the hammer on this dude. Come on, man. You don't get much more in your face than that.
It appears that your claws weren't quite sharp enough, Mr. Trite.
What, are you talking about last night? Alright, I'll sharpen them up for tonight. Don't you worry. Don't tell everyone you're a freak, though. God, I'm trying to keep some composure in here. Where do you...
It's true. You've proven a lot of things. Things like Luke Atmey was a filthy blackmailer. And that he wasn't at Lordly Taylor the night of the murder.
That's right. That's why he's the one who killed Mr.
But what? There's still one thing you have yet to prove. What's that? Just because he wasn't at the warehouse doesn't mean he was at the murder scene. Therefore, if you can't prove that this pitiful excuse for a man was a KB security, then I don't see how a verdict can be delivered.
How am I going to do that? No way! Do I have the proof for that? I don't think I do. I'll have to think.
Order in the court, well, Mr. Wright?
People told me to be careful at the end of this. They said there's a trick somewhere. I've just been sitting here looking for it. This is it. This is the final round. I've got to prove that Atmey was at Mr. Bullard's office on that night. But can you really prove that?
That's long enough, Mr. Trite.
I don't think we can, though. We don't have anything that proves he was there. All that was seen was a shadow. Can or can't? Wait, if I pick can't, am I going to get a game over? Because I don't think I have anything. Hang on. Okay. I don't think we can, you guys. But I know I'm not crazy, though. This can't end here, though. Am I gonna do... Oh, I don't want to get a game over. I mean, I guess I wouldn't feel bad if I did, because I haven't yet. And it happens. I've never played this before. I've just been lucky so far. No, that doesn't really say much, does it? don't think... I'm gonna go with my gut feeling here, although it might be wrong. I can't prove it.
Just as I thought.
Is this over for me? I'm sorry if it is. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. But, if we hear more on Detective Atmey's testimony...
Unfortunately, that's as far as you go, Mr. Wright.
What do you mean?
I won't allow for any more testimony. That's what I mean.
What?
Have you forgotten? Luke Atmey is here after we interrupted his own trial. And you have failed to prove that he committed the murder. I think it's time for this witness to return to his own trial and face his guilty verdict as mask to mask.
No.
Well now, so lawyer, it seems our love wins out in the end after all. I am the ace detective as well as mask to mask. My verdict will verify that. Just as Ron Delights will verify that he is the true murderer. I declare that with the full force of my ace detectiveness.
Did I screw it up, you guys? Oh no. I don't think I did, though.
Order in the court. That's enough deliberation over this witness.
I can't believe this. At this rate, Ron is... Don't give up now, Nick. We still have tomorrow. We can look for more evidence and...
By then, it'll be too late.
Huh? Why? Wait, we don't get a third day? Are you serious? Uh-oh.
Double jeopardy. One of the basic rules of any court of law.
Double jeopardy?
Should a defendant be tried and found innocent in court, that defendant cannot be tried again for the same crime.
So if he goes through with his verdict now, we're doomed. We don't get a third day. I can't believe it. I didn't even think about something like that.
This is a fundamental rule of our courts, and it applies to this witness as much as it applies to anyone else. Mr. Atmey will be found guilty in a matter of minutes. Guilty as mask to mask, which means he will be innocent as far as the murder of Kane Bullard is concerned.
No way!
The fact that you were unable to prove Mr. Atmey's guilt of that crime here means that he will never again be tried as Kane Bullard's murderer.
Oh no, I fucked it up, did I? Oh, Phoenix, I'm sorry. Oh, I hope I didn't. Did I? Oh no, Phoenix, no, I hate seeing this!
Now there's nothing I can possibly do to win. Even if Ron is proclaimed to be innocent, the real killer, Luke Atmey, will go free.
Phoenix, don't give up.
You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today, and as long as there's no more testimony, I'm afraid I have to declare that there will be no further questioning of this witness. Are there any objections?
Did I mess up? I feel like I would have gotten a game over already. If I had done, this is drawing out really far. Oh no. I've messed it up, I think.
Then I hereby end the cross-examination of Luke Atmey.
I messed it up, did I? Wait, what? Who's that? I think I see it. Your Honor, when you were a child, this is what your report was on your report card every year. Has poor hearing and often makes mistakes as a result.
How did you...
Phoenix, raise your head up high. Have you forgotten what I used to tell you? A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. Is Mia here? That voice. No, wait. Did Maya channel her? Yes. Darling, how are you? I'm so glad to see you. Long time no see, Phoenix. Mia! This is the true power of the Crane channeling technique. I know that it's really Maya who's standing before me, but right now, she's my mentor, Mia Fey. Now, let's do this. But there's nothing more we can do. Without any more testimony, I can't cross-examine. Not yet. The testimony's not over yet. What do you mean? Your Honor, just now you said something very interesting. You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today.
Yes, that's true, but...
Unfortunately, Your Honor, you're forgetting something. Earlier, after the last cross-examination, this witness made a number of remarks.
Well now, Sir Lawyer, seems that love wins out in the end after all. I am the ace detective as well as mask to mask. My verdict will verify that, just as Ron Delights will verify that he is a true murderer. Declare that with the full force of my ace detectiveness. What? Yes, but these comments appear to have no importance whatsoever.
Very well. Then we shall prove their importance via cross-examination. At any rate, as long as the witness has made these remarks, we, the defense, assert our right to question them. Is that all right with you, prosecutor? How come he's suddenly speechless? Has he never seen that before?
Something the matter, Mr. Gatto? What? Nothing.
What's his problem? Oh, Sir Lawyer, it looks like you're one step too late. If you think such falsehoods will do anything to me, look at me.
Let's hear it.
Huh?
It's true that the witness made some remarks. So, let's hear this last bit of cross-examination. Why is he letting me do this?
Mr. Goddard, what are you...
Uh-oh.
Very well then, look at me. I'll allow the defense to cross-examine your earlier remarks.
How am I going to get something out of those? The defense would like to hear why you declare the defendant to be the true murderer.
So please, give us one last bit of testimony.
Phoenix, this is it. This is our absolute last chance. Is this the trap here? Yes, Chief. I have to be careful. Something tells me I probably shouldn't press anything unless I'm sure. The last testimony. Indeed, it is true that I was not at Lordly Taylor.
I had to leave to see about another vitally important job request. I had known about the date beforehand, so I had this photograph readied. My brilliant deduction was what informed me that the true culprit was Ron Delight. And thanks to the key card and wallet, it was abundantly clear that he was there. I was also able to make a deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once. The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? The victim would have left prints if he sounded it, which means the killer sounded it. Mr. Delight was wearing his Master Mask outfit, which is why he had left no prints. And the blackmail letter, the victim likely just mistook the color of the jewel. Zvari. Therefore, all evidence points to that poor boy.
Okay. That was a lot of statements. His testimony actually seems to hold up pretty well. I'm worried about this.
The witness's earlier remarks do not appear to have been hastily prepared. All of his points have been explained, and none of them seem to contradict anything. But of course. But, how did you know about the emergency buzzer? The police investigation documents went directly through me. And I always look over all the documents. It's elementary, Sir Lawyer.
Ugh. Something's wrong.
Are you going to make even more trouble for us now, Sir Lawyer? I will not allow any of your usual shenanigans, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
We cannot postpone Luke Atmey's trial any longer. This is your last chance.
I'm worried. Does that mean I can only press one thing? Hang on a sec, just one? Ha! Seems that the party's about to begin. I think that's what it means. I can only pick one? Uh-oh. Well, Phoenix? There isn't any evidence that contradicts with the testimony. So it would seem. What do you mean, so it would seem? Listen, Phoenix. Pointing out contradictions doesn't always mean you have to present evidence, does it? At any rate, this is our last chance. If you can't point out a case-breaking contradiction, you lose. That's all there is to it. I have to be careful here. I can already tell they're set up for something. I've got the nervous feeling in my gut about this. Cup number 17. The last cup.
It seems the time has come to put an end to the trial.
Oops. I'm so nervous, I'm shaking, guys! I can't even talk correctly! Oh no! I have to find a fatal contradiction in this testimony. Can I at least read them as much as I want? And I need to point it out without presenting evidence? Which means all I can do is find the contradictory remark and press it. Remember, you only get one chance. Okay. Can I at least read them all again?
Very well then, Mr. Wright. Please begin your final cross-examination.
Okay, this is it, guys. This is do or die. I don't think I've ever been up against these kind of odds. Alright. I'm gonna read them to myself real quick, and if I don't say anything for a few seconds, I'm so sorry. I'm just thinking and concentrating. Indeed, it's true that I was not at Lordly Taylor. I don't think that's it. I had to leave to see about another vitally important job request. That seems like it leads somewhere, but... Known about the date beforehand, so I had the photograph ready. I mean, we've already proven that. Brilliant deduction was what informed me that the true culprit was Ron Delight. Thanks to the key card and wallet, it was abundantly clear that he was there. I was also able to make a deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once. Button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? The victim would have left prints if he sounded it, which means the killer sounded it. Mr. Delight was wearing his mask-to-mask outfit, which is why he left no prints. And the blackmail letter, the victim likely just mistook the color of the jewel.
Can I go back? I don't want to reset this. Like, I want to make sure that if I go through all the testimony, it's not like, well, did you find anything? Oh, you didn't, so it's game over. Sorry, I'm going back to the beginning. I'm gonna read them again. I'm so sorry, you guys. I think I might know what to do. My brilliant deduction was what informed me. Okay. I'm so sorry, you guys. Oh, I wish you could scroll through these faster. Let me go through these one more time. I'm sure you guys will understand. This is such a big deal. Okay. I had to leave to see about another vitally important job request. I had known about the date beforehand, so I had the photograph readied. My brilliant deduction was what informed me that the true couple was Ron DeLight. And thanks to the key card and wallet, it was abundantly clear he was there. Shoot. I'm so sorry, guys. Hang in there with me. This is the one that sticks out to me. This one. Just took the color of the jewel. Well, I know that's not a thing. I can't look at court data here. Shoot, this is bad. Blackmail letter. The victim likely just took the color of the jewel. Svari, therefore all the evidence points to that poor boy. Blackmail letter. The victim like... No, that's not it. It's either this one or this one. Shit. I think I know what it is. I think... Oh, God help me. Guys, hold your breath. Hold my hand. Okay. I'm gonna do it. Mr. Atmey, about this last remark. Am I right about this? You still don't get it, do you, Trite? This isn't the time to be pressing the witness on every little statement. What do you mean? I sat there for like 10 minutes trying to figure that out. I'm afraid you're the one who still doesn't get it, Mr. Gatto. What? Mr. Atmey, it seems you have finally admitted that you were in the CEO's office. Mm-hmm. How did he know that he was in the mask-to-mask outfit? He wasn't there when Ron said it. Nothing points to that except for the testimony we've already heard, and I hope I'm right about this, because that's what I was going with. How can you say that? Let's review your testimony, shall we, Mr. Atmey? The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? Mr. DeLight was wearing his mask-to-mask outfit, is that correct? Indeed. That's what I said. My deductions are absolutely foolproof. More like your deductions prove that you're a fool. Hopefully I'm right. Sometimes I have the wrong idea, but I get to the right path because of the wrong idea. And then the game corrects me and I feel stupid. I'm sorry, whatever do you mean? For some reason, I'm starting to get really thirsty. When exactly did we learn the fact that Ron DeLight was dressed as mask-to-mask when he went to the scene of the crime? That was, it was just a few hours ago. Yeah, you weren't here. And nobody knew. It wasn't recorded or anything. We were all shocked to hear it. Back when my sixth cup was looking at me with a cold stare. Yep. Oh, did I forget to mention it before? Yeah, I freaked out about this. Mm-hmm. God, thank God I was right. Oh, Jesus, Mary and Joseph. That's right, the defendant had yet to tell anyone else this fact before the morning. Therefore, the only people who should know this are those who have been watching this trial. Oh, you fucked yourself, you done did it. Do you understand now, Detective Atmey? There is no way that you should have known about that. He done. You were in the next courtroom being tried as mask to mask, so then enlighten us. Just how did you know about that piece of information? Well, what you gonna say? You know I'm right. Oh, come on. This detective must have known about it. He probably had plenty of chances to find out beforehand. No, I don't think so. And those chances that I want to discuss next. That night Mr. DeLight was wearing his mask-to-mask outfit. There's one and only one way for Detective Atmey to have found that out. Only one? One way, you say? Please remember, if you will, Mr. Delight's testimony. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. Mm-hmm. Oh, and look. It looks like his shadow, how about that? But, I mean, of course that's not gonna hold up any weight. For a second, my client witnessed the real killer.
But Mr. Delight never saw him. There's no way to tell whether or not the real killer was Luke Atmey.
It's with that statement that I'll turn this case on its head.
Just what are you implying?
Mr. Delight saw the real killer, correct? Now, if you turn that statement around, it stands to follow that the real killer had also seen Ron Delight.
Impossible.
Yeah, he knocked him out cold. Of course he saw him. Mm-hmm. There he is. Detective Atmey, you saw Master Mask at the murder scene that night. You saw him when you killed Kane Bullard and assaulted Ron Delight. That was the only way you could have known what Ron was wearing. Oh my god, what is it, earthquake or some shit? Mount Vesuvius blowing up? Cyclops. Oh my, whoa. Oh, he's just farting. It's okay. What the hell? Oh my god! What is going on? Yeah, you play that guitar. You in big trouble now, boy.
Take a good look, everyone! Look what I'm doing! In public.
Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown. He said that before.
That's the same line you gave yesterday.
But I think there's a little more meaning behind it this time. Oh, he's bonkers. He's absolutely nuts. Guys, I'm so sorry this video is so long. Holy crap, but we can't stop here.
What an awfully complicated incident. Kane Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atmey, who was in turn blackmailing Ron Delight. And upon killing his blackmailer, Luke Atmey tried to frame Ron Delight. He then claimed to be guilty as Master Mask in order to escape his true crime.
And to that end, he came up with this plan. To use the double jeopardy rule when making his alibi.
At any rate, it would seem we finally found the truth.
Excuse me? Who's that? Is it Ron?
I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of murder.
Don't ignore me! It's okay, darling.
Oh, I didn't realize you were there.
Why wouldn't he be? About the verdict.
I know. You never committed any murder.
That's right. I'm so glad you understand that, but I really am Master Mask!
Huh?
I guess he really was in the end, wasn't he? So thanks to that trial yesterday, I'm innocent now, right? What was it you said? Double jeopardy.
Now that you mention it.
Oh yeah, he's off the hook.
I've been careless.
Too much coffee. It's bad for you. What do you think, Mia? As the defendant says, the rule of double jeopardy is absolute. A defendant can never be tried twice for a crime in which he was once found innocent. Then, Master Mask is really innocent? For now. It would seem so. For now. I can't believe we've done this! Oh my god!
Now then, the court finds the defendant.
Not guilty! Woo! This is the best game ever made. It's so good. Oh my god, this is amazing. Boy, this is really lucky. Oh wait, that isn't so good after all. You see, the thing is, I still am Master Mask after all. We don't have to go through with it anymore. You need to stand up to your wife and tell her how you feel. Oh my gosh, you guys, we've done it. Oh, darling, how are you? How's your chest? You did it, Nick. Thanks, Mia. It's been a long time, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because Maya doesn't call on me much these days. Oh? I'm just joking, Phoenix. Doesn't take everything so seriously. But on the other hand, Maya, she seems kind of lost these days. You mean about becoming the master of the Korean channeling school? Becoming the master means saying goodbye to our mother. You mean Misty Faye. Watch over her, will you, Phoenix? Of course. Well then, see you around. Oh, don't go so soon. Oh. Mia. Mr. Wright. I don't know what to say. Congratulations, Mr. Delight. Thank you so much. Oh no, wait. Nothing really matters anymore, though. Now that all of this is happened. Come on, just be happy already. Maya, you've been cleared of the murder charges and got off as Master Mask to boot. Is that a euphemism? Wait, never mind. But in exchange, I lost everything. Huh? What do you mean? Stealing security information from KB Security and becoming Master Mask. I I did it all for one reason. For her.
I don't think she wants you to do bad things, though, dude. She doesn't like that.
She hates criminals more than anything.
Come to think of it, she was once held hostage by some robbers, wasn't she?
She always said how she hated sneaky criminals. I knew it, but once I got fired from KB Security and lost all the money I had, she wouldn't have had any reason to stay with me.
Oh. It was sweet, but it was the wrong way, man. I see the reason you did it, but still. So that's why you became Master Mask?
Yeah, but it's all over now. A broken bowl can never be put back together.
What? How serendipitous that you would say that. That's not true, right, Nick? Right.
Really? Can we go back to the way things were?
Well, as long as you don't get caught, I guess.
You'll be fine and Nick can prove it.
I can? Kinda wish you would check with me first. Mr. Delight, even if a bowl is broken, there's always a way to put it back together. Oh, do we give him the urn? That's the only thing I can think of. There you go, see? Don't take it, though. Don't actually take it. We actually need that back.
The sacred urn. Desi was the one who found this.
Desiree, your wife. She's always believed in you, Ron. That's why you'll be fine. You don't have to worry about anything.
There you are!
Miss Delight.
Oh, you did it, Ronnie. You're innocent. I'm so happy. Thank you. I appreciate that, but, I suppose you don't want anything more to do with me, do you?
Ronnie, why didn't you talk to me about what was going on? I had no idea you'd quit KB Security. I never imagined that you were really Master Mask either. Miss Delight, what are you gonna do now that you know? You're not gonna really leave him, are you? Come on, it's obvious, isn't it? How could I ever let a wonderful man like him get away? After all, my bike's really fast. So fast there's no way he could ever get away. But didn't you say that you hated criminals? Oh, I only hate people who act all cowardly and sneaky, like that detective. I see. My Ronnie went and declared his crimes before he committed them, like a man. I just love a man who's so chivalrous. Oh, I guess it worked out in the end, didn't it, guys? Chivalrous? I knew I was right about you. Every day I spend with you is filled with thrills and excitement. Desi. Desiree, you really do love Ron, don't you? It's so sweet, isn't it? Aw. Nicky boy? Yes? I'm really glad I asked you to defend my Ronnie. Thank you so much. I'll never forget what you've done for us. Oh well, take care of yourself. You too, Nicky boy. Ugh. I can feel my face going red. Yeah, she's really pretty. Mr. Nick, Mystic Maya, congratulations. Hi, Pearl. How are you? Talk about bad timing. Mr. Nick, how could you with another man's wife in front of Mystic Maya? No, you got it all wrong. I'll never forgive you. What, was she hugging him or something? Oh my god, we've just been beat up by a kid. Oh, come on, man. Give him a break. So just as the case came to a close, so too did my consciousness. Ron said, a broken bowl can never be put back together, but I know that's not true. I mean, just look. Oh, look at this picture! So cute! Aw, look at that! Oh, bless. Here's a perfect example of one that was put back together even better than before. And the pink really adds to it, doesn't it? You guys, why is this game so good? Oh my god, fantastic! I'm so sorry about the hour-long episode. I probably no one's gonna complain. But in the next one, we'll have to do what? Recipe for Turnabout? Is it gonna have cooking in it? I love cooking! Well, we're gonna have to find out in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I appreciate you so much. I really do. And I'm so glad you're on this journey with me. Thank you for watching the extra ad I've been putting in these as well. I really appreciate that you guys let me do that. Thank you so much for understanding. I'll see you guys in the next one. I can't wait to start. This has been so good. Oh my god, I can't believe it.